Hey, we're going to take a look at this semifinal game here. Okay, so that's absolutely beautiful. Good, right? And then maybe instead of like watching here, we can help Alec understand like when you get the ball here, right? Here, shoot it, right? Or first touch, Sammy's there, right? To give instruction, right? And if it goes to Sammy and they cover that shot, then you're set up for a finish too, okay? Does that make sense? So since Alec can't shoot it now, we should be telling him, play Sammy, right? And then Sammy should be ready for a one-touch shot, because if he's not, then there'll be pressure on him, right? And then if there's pressure on him, maybe you could make a run to the back post for a one-time finish, right, off of Sammy. Okay, so you got to be thinking ahead, right? And we're all kind of just watching what is Alec going to do here. So that's the next step in our development. Okay, right here, I love this movement right here. Okay, right, if you can flick that on into the goal, that's amazing, right? Another option would be to hold that and play in Sammy right there. That would have probably been the probably more likely to score, but also challenging, because the second you stop that ball, you got to go really fast because you're going to get closed by all three of those players. So you have a half a second to play that to Sammy. Plus, you got to connect with Sammy to make sure he gets in behind number 7 for that one-time finish, right? Because we don't have much time in futsal, do we? Okay. Now, let's take a look at, okay, so we didn't lose it, or we lost it here, okay? I like that you're back, right? Cool. There, like that's a transition, right? Transition into a transition, right? And if you would have been connected with Mateo here, right, he would have taken a softer touch and could have played you. So that's the importance of like connection, right? So he took that heavy touch because he didn't think about you. But if he was thinking, hey, Mateo, right, if you would have said that at the right time, he would have taken that touch, known he only had one small touch and then passed it, and you would have been in on goal, right? And then you want to be unpredictable, so you probably want to fake a shot, right, near post, and then finish far post on that. Okay, right here, good, you're holding the ball, right? You connect that pass, right? You're here, okay, and then you miss the opportunity, right? You want to sell that fake to draw them in, right? And because he covered Mateo, Sammy was there, but you got to be a little bit quicker, right? Because these opportunities close so quickly in futsal, especially the older we get, right? So right there, I would have been playing it a one touch. Okay, I'll tell you when, a one touch into Mateo. That would be the option I would have done, right? So it'd been here, right? One touch into Mateo. Mateo one touches in it to Sammy, and then we're in on goal. Okay, as you see Alec setting up here, right? He's drawing the tension in here. You're the option. You're saying ball, 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 right? Alec plays into you. You turn, you fire, or you turn, you whip that ball into Sammy's foot. Okay, right here, you see how tight they are, right? The gaps are not open very well, right? So here's what we want to do in these situations. We want to draw them out, right? Play it there. Create that. So I would have played that ball back to Alec, because then 7 would have came out. And that would have freed up that one touch from Sammy into one touch to Mateo, into one touch to you for a goal, or one touch to Mateo for a shot. Okay, here we are. Okay, this is going to be a film for everyone on the team, not just you. Okay, so they're tucked in tight, right? So what we want to do here is draw them out, right? So Alec plays it into Kenzie, right? And then goes down that line for the cross in, right? Okay, here you go, right? So now if Alec goes behind there, right, then Sammy's there in that space for the 1-2. Okay, so we didn't play that, so here we go. Look at that 1-2, and then where's our third guy here, right? We've got 2 players back. So what we need to do in these situations, right, is we need to play that ball into Alec, right? So watch here. Okay, they're tight. You see how tight they are, right? And now we're looking to swing it. So we need Alec set up there, and then Kenzie really far there for that switch, cross, and then finish, or into Sammy back post. Okay, because they're in a very tight zone right here. Okay, so we got to play around and then in. Okay, now we're looking at a corner kick. Or what are we looking at? A free kick? Okay, so before we even get going on a free kick, right, we understand that they're in a tight zone. So this is a comment from Mackenzie, but we all need to be aware of this because we need to get one player wide. Okay, so in like a big diamond right here. So when Mateo plays it back to Alec, he has that option wide. See how there's no option wide now to Kenzie, right? So it has to go back to Mateo here, right? But we need Mackenzie wide here. We have 2 players in the same place. You're going there, but you should have started there. So it could have been a 1 touch, right? Because if they want to stay tight, we're wide, which frees up space in the middle, right, for shots and crosses, right? If they want to mark us wide, that frees up space where? In the middle. Okay. Okay, now we're in a tight zone, right? Okay. Now we collapse and we win, right? So the thing is, when we're in this tight zone like this right here, right, we're together, right? It's tough to get by. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so how could we have improved this right here? Okay, and it's kind of understanding that when we go middle, it's got to go wide and then swung to the other side, right? So that ball needs to go into Charlie, right? And then you see how Andre steps here, right? It's got to go into Kenzie to Charlie and then 1 touch into Sammy like we worked on in practice just the other day. Okay, now, okay, freeze. Now look at us, right? So we're all the way back now. We need width here, right? Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get Sammy down the line, crossing it into Charlie, right? But we can't do that, so we have to start over, right? And that's where Alec would hold that ball right there. Sammy, you need to try to get in behind your player, right? And then Charlie's in a great position right here, right? So if that ball would have went into Charlie here, right, then we would have been looking for a shot, right? But we also need to have one of these alas back post, okay? So we need to be able to set up and be connected to each other. Okay, now let's take a look at another clip here. Okay, right here, freeze. So we get in, right? And then we just want to close that gap, right? So Alec sits in more, and then we have a closed zone right here. Okay, when we win it, right, that's when Graham needs to drop behind here, right? And then it's got to be playing quick. So Mateo into Alec is the outlet, okay, right? But because she didn't have that option underneath her right there, i.e. either Corbett calling for the ball or Graham checking too, right? She gets stuck here, right? And it's okay, you know, getting stuck there isn't the worst thing. It's just out of bounds, right? But that's our outlet. Okay, so now we're exposed, right? So we got to be hustling back in, Alec, right? So we lose that ball, we sprint, right? We delay until Alec tucks into our zone. Okay, and then we open up. Okay, so here we go. We get the ball. Right here, Kenzie should have been showing for the give and go. You got to get off of your mark, right? See how you're tight there, right? So you should have been showing for that ball, Mackenzie, because you were the option, right? Goes into Alec, though. Okay, now Kenzie, I'd recommend a little clearance. And what I mean by that, Mackenzie, or this applies to anyone here, right, is because look at the balance of the field. We're cluttered up, right? So if Mackenzie drops in behind, right, that frees Graham to go there, or Kenzie can go wide there, right? But we're trying to exploit that space in behind, right? So Kenzie's showing to the ball so that ball can go into Graham. Okay, so we get the ball to kick in, right? We try to exploit that space, right? Almost. That's a really great option, right? Be a little bit sharper. So here you go. Watch Alex. So the hand language right here, right? So ball, ball, ball. Use that left hand. Show for that ball, right? Connect with him so he knows that you're there. Graham, nice tackle there. 3-on-1, right? We get a goal. Nice job. Okay. And just to the point, like if Kenzie wouldn't have taken a one touch right there and taken two, that goalie would have had time to set, and then their other defenders would have time to go back. So the importance of that one touch right there. Okay, Sam being big there. Okay, so that's where Pivo needs to hold for us, right? So we have no Pivo right there, right? So Kenzie, you should be scanning, right? If that is to you, right? Scan, and then it's a one touch back right here. Because see the three players there, right? It's got to go Kenzie calling. And then back and around. So back into Mateo and then around to. Okay. So Alec tuck in more right here. Look at our shape. Okay, so Alec tucks in more, right? And then we have a complete tight zone that's all equilateral, right? Sam's aware of that player there. Okay, and then if Alec was there, right? Well, Alec is there. He's saying ball, 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 right? At the correct time so that Mateo knows not to turn there, but to play back to you. And then we're driving Kenzie and Alec to the outside for a 2v1. Okay, great zone. Look at us. We're tight. We're tucked in. Now the one thing is, Sam, you're guarding the sideline there. You're guarding like that front post. There's no one going down the line, so just step 1 foot to your left and block that goal, right? And cut off that angle into their Pivo. Great give and go right there. Alec, awesome combo. Almost, right? Okay, so this is a beautiful one-touch combination, right? One. Oh my gosh, 4 one-touches, right? And then the only thing is the kill shot is always that one-touch back post, right? So Sam Ritt being there at the correct time is so crucial. And that means, Alas, you gotta get there. You gotta go because you're the one that's going to be finishing it or laying it off, right? So we're here, right? Alec wants to do a left foot one touch in there, but the angle's not there quick enough, right? And then the communication's not there quick enough, and we don't get it. Okay, but awesome build up, right? That's incredible stuff right there. Okay, here we go. We try that give and go, right? Nice strength by Mateo. Okay, but we're in a situation here where, again, it's all just communication, right? Where should it go? Who's the open player, right? Sammy, right? Okay, so Sammy is the one that's going to be playing it into Alec because Alec's free. His player is guarding Mateo now, so he's not the option. It's we need to have Sammy playing it into who, right? And then Kenzie, where do you go? And see if you can answer this question without me telling you the answer. So I'll ask again, and then I'll tell you the answer. You tell me in your mind. Okay, so Mateo has it, right? It's not open, right? Can Kenzie play it to Alec, or can Sammy play it to Alec, right? So who needs to check here, right? And then who is that going to play it into, right? And then who needs to go back post? Okay, let's see if you got the answer correct. So I would recommend that Mateo plays it to Sammy. Sammy, right, says ball, 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 because the communication's everything, right? Because it's hard. Mateo's got 2 players on him. It's hard to be able to get your head up in these situations. And we're a team, so we help each other, right? So the ball goes into Sammy, who lays it off to who? Alec, right? And then Kenzie, where are you running? Back post for a left-footed cross from Alec. Okay. We'll go a couple more minutes on this video, right? I'll send it out, and then we'll watch. And then you guys watch it. Okay? So right there, okay, so Kenzie wins it, right? Alec gets it, right? So what we do in those situations is we don't stop the ball, right? Because then it allows the defender to do what? It allows the defender to get a free heavy hit on us, right? And you'll see that there, right? So we got to keep it moving, right? And that's where the, again, communication, right? And the vision comes from, right? So again, this is the same play, right? So if it goes here, right, into Alec, Sammy's showing, right, for that one touch, and then Kenzie's overlapping on the sneak, okay, right? So Sammy says ball, ball, ball comes 2. That allows Alec to do a 1 touch or 2 touch quickly out of pressure, right? It'll allow the give and go to be on, and it'll allow Kenzie to sneak in. Okay, so we have a 3v2 counter here. Let's see what happens. Why didn't this work, right? So right here, okay. Okay, there's a foul there, that's why, right? And now we're on a 2v1, right? Keeper saves it, okay. We'll keep going. Okay, so they scored here. Let's see why they scored, okay? Because understanding what went wrong is very important, okay? So this is the one that they scored off that free kick, okay? So I think it came right after our goal, too. No, this is the start of the second half, okay? So he's instructing, right? A fake shot, right? And they got us with that, right? So whose guy is how we fix that, right? So Mateo, right? Know that that's your guy, right? Kenzie, you got to be behind, right? Because if you're playing Fixo, you got to be behind, right? And so if you look at that, right, that's what happened there, right? So just understanding who our marks are, right? Fixo needs to be in the middle, right? We can't both jump at that right there, and then we wouldn't get scored on. Okay? In futsal, it's all just patience and finding the open space, right? Waiting till they make a mistake. Okay, so let's look at this, right? Again, look at their tight zone, right? So how do we handle this? We go around it, right? So what we do here, if you see a team in a tight zone, okay, we got the ball on the right side. It goes back to Alec. Kenzie, you got to be wider, right? Because where's our shape right here? Okay, so freeze, right? As you see that here, right? It's got to go Kenzie. Kenzie draws in Andre. Kenzie plays to Charlie, right? And then ball back post into Mateo for the goal. Okay, So I'll say it as question now, right? So what do we do here, right? In this situation, are they tight, right? We look at their shape. We understand, are they spread out or are they tucked in? And if they're tucked in, what do we do? Okay. If you answered that correctly, the answer would be we swing the ball. Okay. So here we go. We swing the ball. Okay. And then who is going to mark Kenzie, do you think, off that one touch swing from Alec? Right? That the big guy right there, Andre, has to step out, right? If not, Kenzie, you drive and rip a shot, right? Or you drive and then play until he steps, right? And then Charlie's going to be open there, right? If he blocks Charlie, you'll have a free shot. If he blocks you, Charlie will be open, right? And from there, the second you see that ball down the side, other side ala needs to be in, okay? And then it's a one-time finish by Mateo for a goal.